Rippity-doo-dah here for another episode of Hunting the Yellow Monster. I shoot these in advance, so it's a Thursday here, but I know that when this episode goes up, that this is going to be our Halloween episode. So I couldn't think of anything spookier than a Hall of Fame career derailed by steroid use. Another thing that is particularly spooky is apparently my ability to count. Because I recognized lately that every time I was updating the base set here, that I started to feel like I was off by a bit, and I was off by quite a bit. So we got 16 more cards for the base set in our last rip, but I was also off by about 20. So we're actually sitting at 698 out of 720 of the base set. Which is 96.9% of the way. We're looking for 22 more cards. This weekend, I'm thinking of sitting down and making a physical list of like which of the specific cards I'm missing. As far as I can tell, I don't think there's any like big name stars. I'd still love to get another Glavin to throw in a top loader, another Molitor for a top loader. Even Dennis Martinez would be really cool. I'm a big Expos guy here, so I'd love to throw him in there. But as I said, 698 out of 720 on our base set, 40 out of 40 on the stickers. Looks like we're more than likely going to finish up with 7 out of 12 of the Provisions because all we have left are Cellos. We're going to do 2 today. We're at 5 out of 10 on the All-Star cards too, so maybe if we're looking insert-wise, that's what's the last that we might have a chance to pull here. We're going to open 2 today, and that's going to leave us with 15 of these Super Jumbo Cellos left. Looking to get the right part in the collation here so we get those last 22. You know what? Gotta love a Brewers logo. Haven't pulled too many Braves logos. And look at that. We got the Tigers and the Brewers on there here. And a Montreal Expos. You know what? I'm happy with those logo pulls for sure. So we're getting to the point where it's like, I don't really recognize this Dave Bergman. It's funny because there's been a few cards that I've recognized and thought like, oh, I don't need that. Then I've been going through and it's like a card that I remember having 20 years ago, but hadn't pulled one yet in our series here. So I did actually need it. But so far, there's a couple of cards that have kind of poked out at me a little bit here, and I have not been too sure. There we go. There's a nice Tony Gwynn. I mean, we've already got a Gwynn and a top loader, but we'll throw the Tony Gwynn there. I'm recognizing a lot of these guys as cards that that I already have for this from this series here as we're trying to put it together. There we go, Larry Walker. Once again, he's another top loader guy that we have. Love that picture where almost looks like he's getting hit in the head after missing a swing. So let's summarize the Hall of Fame career. Hey, here we go. And there's the spooky steroids guy there. David Hollins. No, I think we've pulled him too. Guthrie. That's kind of not really jogging my memory there. But there wasn't anything that I saw in that pack that I was like, ooh, we definitely need that. Though we are at the point where, it's going to be difficult to even to rip a card and need it here. All right, here we go. We got the Toronto Blue Jays. Good luck in the World Series, boys. St. Louis Cardinals. Boo. The Baltimore Orioles. So we got the 3 bird teams. And I got the Mets and the Oakland A's, and among others on there. There's a John Smoltz. It's not really great on the centering, but gotta love John Smoltz. Throw him up there. Mackie Sasser, I don't recognize that card, but I'm pretty sure that we've got it. I am thinking that, when I've got, it's a weekday here, so I'm just ripping these at the end of my work day. Got the last of the emails sent. Shut down the laptop and get to the real work here of ripping this yellow monster. But I think, that Oster, that looks promising to me. Same with Honeycutt. I think Honeycutt we need. I know we don't need, because we're done our Braves team set. Sabo we don't need. I always go through with all of the new cards anyway. and just make. There's a Carlton Fisk. That's a nice looking one. Do I need Carlton Fisk? Because I know I said that I don't have any big names that I need to pull, but Carlton Fisk could be a pretty big name to have been missing. Oh, there we go. There's another John Smoltz, and I think this one is missing the centering the opposite direction. We'll look at that before the end. And another Willie Randolph. There's really a collation here, and then another Jose Oquendo. Is Bosio the next one, and then Bosio is the next one. Sasser is the next one. Patterson, what a disappointing pack. Glenn Davis. There, and then it broke. So there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row, twice in there. I mean, as a kid, that would have driven me absolutely nuts. Now it's just more kind of funny. I think that Kevin Gross might be something that we need. There's been a couple of things in here that are close. There's a Paul Molitor. There we go. That's our first Paul Molitor. The only one that we had before this was the one that got damaged in that pack from like episode 2 or 3 or whatever it was. And the same with the Vatcher. That's the second time I pulled a Vatcher. And those were the last 2 cards from that damaged pack that I had not pulled anything for. So I'll consider those actually pretty big pulls for us here. Got Derek Bell, David Justice. Took a long time for us to get David Justice, and now it seems we pulled a whole bunch of his. Same with Blankenship. We didn't pull one of his for a while. There's a part of me that wants to say we need Pagnozzi, but I'm pretty sure that we're already done all the Cardinals. David Cohn, it took a while for us to get one of him. Gerald Alexander, and Joe Girardi. Why do I think that we might need Joe Girardi? That's a young Joe Girardi there, 2 years into his major league career. Certainly didn't look like that by the time he was managing. All right, so we've got the Vatcher and the Molitor, but what I wanted to do is compare the 2 Smoltzes, because I think we have both of them. Yeah, look at that. Both of them are a little bit off center. One of them to the right, and this one to the left. Although this one's not too poorly centered. It's not. When you really scrutinize it, you can see it, but it's not too far off. I like to find a nice one of each of the stars, or notable steroid users in this case, in the background here, to throw them in a top loader. I mean, I'm getting close, I think, to even having like a duplicate set as well. I haven't counted it, but I've been putting them in the just throwing them in a box there and sorting those in too. But I wouldn't be shocked if I've got another set in there that's about like 85% of the way done as well. So I keep updating that. It's taking me a lot more time to sort by doing it that way, but if it results in a duplicate set, then hey, that's going to be fun. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching. This is going to be our Halloween episode, so I hope that Halloween's my favorite day of the year, so I hope that something spooky happens to you in a good way. Eat some candy, watch a spooky movie, play a spooky video game, regale in people's costumes, or drink a lot of alcohol. Do something, have fun. And I'll be here ripping for a little while longer. I got 15 packs of these left. And even if I finish the set before we're done with the packs, we're going to open them all. So I've been getting some comments and some views and some likes on this. I'm really enjoying that. Thanks for being along with me, and I hope to see you in the next one.